Hey, this is Mr. Jefferson. This is homework help for December 13th for the homework due December 14th. And we're writing things in expanded notation. So we did a review of just regular numbers without decimals. When we're using decimals on a number like 7 and 43 thousandths, we're going to write it's 7 times 1. It's the ones place. Plus, this is the tenths place, the next one. So it's 0 times 1/10 plus here's the hundredths place 4. Going to put in parentheses times 100 plus there's the threes in the thousands place 3 times 1 thousandths. That's what it should look like. So the next one I'll do in red here 4 and 570 thousandths. Well, this 0 really here, this kind of bothers me because it's like putting a 0 here. I mean, it's not necessary. It doesn't do anything. So, but needless to say, I guess we'll write it out how they want it. So this is 4 times 1 plus this 5's in the tenths place. So 5 times 1/10 plus 7. The 7's in the hundredths place times 100th. And the zeros doesn't do anything. It's just I could add 100 zeros to the right of the number and decimal. I could keep going forever. It doesn't change the value of the number. Just like I'm writing it to the left doesn't change the value. So I think it's a little silly, but I think what they want you to write is 0 times 1/1000ths. Okay. So that's kind of what it should look like. Apologize for my sloppy handwriting. I'm writing on a screen. So here's the opposite. We have 6 times 1, which is 6. We're going to put that's 4 times 1/10, so 4/10. 9 times 100, so 6.49. It's a little easier to write out. So write 4 decimal numbers that have an even number in the tenths place, odd number in the hundredths place, prime number in the thousandths place. I made a mess of things here. So I need an even number in the tenths place. So I guess I like to start with, we'll just put a 3 here. So an even number in the tenths place, that's right here. So, 4 is an even number. An odd number in the hundredths place, 5's an odd number. And a prime number in the thousandths place. A prime number is divisible only by itself and 1. So 4 is not a prime number because 1 times 4, and we have 2. There's 2 sets of factors. 2 times 2 is 4. So that's not going to work. But 3 will, because you can only make 3 by saying 3 times 1. Prime numbers. Hopefully you had prime numbers because we haven't talked about it. Now they threw it in the homework. I'll do one more in blue here. Okay, what do I have to have? Even number in the tenths place. So I could put 0. Whoops. 0, and even number would be point. Let me redo this. I always put a 0 on the 1. 6 is even. Odd number in the hundredths place, I'll do 7. Prime number in the thousandths place. Well, 7's odd. It's also a prime number because the only factors it has are 1 and itself. Positive 1 and itself. 1 times 7 is the only 2 numbers you can multiply, only 2 positive integers, whole numbers you can multiply together to get 7. So I'll say 0.677 hundredths. They didn't say you couldn't repeat a number. I'm just saying. I'll let you do the rest on your own. And number 4, multiple steps here. Rob babysits kids next door every day after school for an hour and a half. He earns $3.50 every hour. How much will he earn in 6 weeks of school, such 5 days a week? Okay, so how many hours? I have to find out several things. I have to find out how many hours he works in 5 days, and then times that by 6 because he does that 6 times, and then times that by $3.50. So 1.5, I don't mind if you use a calculator, times 5 is going to get me 7.5 hours. But he does that 6 weeks, so I need to take that 7.5 and multiply it by 6 times, because they're asking how much he work for the whole time, 6. So he works 45 hours in 6 weeks. And they want to know how much does he make in 45 hours? $3.50 times 45. I don't mind if you use a calculator. He would make $157.50. So really, the more important than the operations here, and did you get the exact number? Maybe you know, is it? Do you know what they're asking for? Because we did that little checkup, and what they were asking for was pretty simple math. But the problem was people didn't know what they were asking for. They're asking for how much he's going to make for in 6 weeks. That's the key. So you got to first find out how much he makes in a day, in a week, a day, on 5 days. Then you have to times that 6 times because he works 5 days a week for 6 weeks, and then you got to times it by the money, or as in our novel Alain Degardas, the money. Okay, so hope that helps. Good luck on the homework. We'll review more tomorrow.